Hello and welcome back. I'm Joe. This is Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. I actually have a real plan today. We're going to plan a lot, we're going to build a lot, and we're going to look at the actual future because about 2 episodes ago I asked you a question. I hadn't really answered that. First, don't worry, I have not switched over the ships yet to new repair stations. That's a job for the winter when we're waiting on stuff to happen or not to happen or just for stuff to be over with because nobody likes to work in the winter. Let's be honest. So, we're not doing that today. No, we are going to do the mechanical components right now. And at the end of the last episode, I actually scared myself a little bit with the look at what we consume versus what we actually produce. Now, we haven't had the steel mills up for all that long, but if we even look at just the whole year, we've produced 11,000. When did we start? Oh, that's an excellent question. When did we start producing steel? Oh no, that is a full year's worth of steel production. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, 12,000? Was that the thing? No, I don't even remember, but I'm glad that they added these buttons where they added them because that is helpful. Yeah, say 11,000 tons of steel is what we produced. There's about 50% of capacity at most. I know I mentioned that before. And then consumption-wise, for the same time frame, we consumed only 6,800 tons. That's good. That leaves us, well, let's call it 7,000 because rounding and stuff. I don't think that we're going to make this one go much bigger. So 7,000 is a pretty good assumption. And now we have at least 4,000 tons left over. And that one is important because those 4,000 tons have to turn into this many mechanical components, which we can do. Yeah, we can do that. That is not a problem. And I don't even care if this is so low because of the production overall was slowed down for whatever reasons. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It makes no difference. But I do know that we can produce those 11,000 tons. Well, no, that wasn't 11,000 tons. This was, there you go, 2,000 tons pretty easily. We're probably not even going to go past this, so most of it's going to get exported anyways. And if you want to export them, do you have a spot over here where you could actually export them? No, not directly. Okay. Do you want to export mechanical components or steel? If mechanical, I've never had to make that decision. It is it's not leftover, but it's extra material. So let's look at what the difference here is. Mechanical components, 20 and a half. Sure, let's round down just a little bit to make it harder on my brain to actually figure out what we're doing here. Versus 12. Okay, so this is about, it's not half. It's about 2/3 of the value, give or take, 2/3 of the value, which I think translates directly to the production versus like need. Like this is about 2/3. So if I export steel and mechanical components, does not feel like it makes a humongous difference in price, at least not today, which makes sense because they're very, very closely related, so they shouldn't make a huge difference, which just tells me produce mechanical components until you're full, and then export the steel that you don't need to produce anymore, and then you're fine. Which also means you don't have to overproduce that much. Cool. Those are the first things. Because we're saying 2/3 to make the 1,000 or 1,100 tons of mechanical components, we probably only need like 1,500, less than 2,000. Let's say 2,000 tons of mechanical components a year. That's even going to be a high number. Okay, yeah, we're doing math here. Just tell me where I'm wrong, because I haven't pulled out my calculator yet, which I'm doing right now because I know this is going to be harder. So I want to do 2,000 tons a year. Great. So 2,000 divided by 12 gives me a monthly rate of 166. Call it 166 because I have a calculator here and that will help me actually do the right thing. So 166 divided by 30 for a month is 5.55 tons mechanical components a day. This guy, if I let it run, can produce a lot more than that. So 3 times. Which tells me, as much as I want, I do not need 2 mechanical component factories. Like, even in the worst case, like, I will expand to electronics. They will take a little bit of steel, and then these will take a little bit of mechanical components. But even then, I have 3 times the production output that I potentially ever need. No, no. I would like to have 2 production lines set up simply because it looks better. That's really the main reason. So let's talk about them. You want to do this thing first? No, it really doesn't matter where you start. No, let's do this because this is easier to explain. So I'm going to put mechanical components here. I know that for a fact. That's going to happen. We have a bus drop off here. We can have a train drop off here too as well if we want to. So that is pretty much given. I would like to have the mechanical components on our network somewhere. What's the best place for the network to add them to? Right here feels like an honestly very good place because of everything that's going on here. And we have so many factory connections like wide open. This one here, I'm very certain I can use right away because there's no power pylon in the way or anything else that could block me from accomplishing that. So to enable this, I need to place a warehouse that can fit into the slot, and this one can fit into the slot, which is scary by itself, but it's nice that it's possible. I don't think I'm going to leave that crossing where it is, so we're actually going to flip this around. And honestly, yeah, if you want to be on that side of the road, of the building, that's okay, because then we're just going to plop this one in here. We're going to add a... Yeah, let's just do the gravel road right away, just to speed this up, hopefully, a little bit. Can you... No, you don't want to connect here because there's a pylon, a power pylon in an awkward spot, and then it's really close to a rail crossing right there, which it doesn't really appreciate either. So let's see how we can convince this to give me a smooth curve without taking away all of the stuff. I don't think I can. Yeah, I figured it was going to do something like that, but now that I know that there is a spot right here, I can play the game of F4 to turn off snapping, and then hold left shift until I get really close to the spot where I want to be, and then we're going to make this one our curve and be very happy about what we just did. Cool. So they can start building this, which means at the end of that behavior, we will need a shorter direct connection to out here. Technically, this could probably work. Too steep of an incline. But I don't want to undo too much stuff because this road is going to get disappeared at some point once we have all the connections in there, but it has to get built first. So let's get all this on the radar of construction office number 2. I think that's the one that's out here. We have more than enough gravel available, so they should be done with this before too long. And then I can start deleting all the roads that are over here because we can put the factory connection where we need it. Wonderful so far, right? Can I get through here? If I can get through here, that'd be wonderful. This is a much better connection than I had actually envisioned initially because, again, we have these... I haven't signaled this up yet. There's no train that goes through here. It doesn't matter if you signaled them, but I haven't signaled them yet, so I should do that eventually. Truth. Simple truth. Let's go Advanced Industry, Mechanical Building, and then what's the storage that we have here? You should analyze anything. There was a post, a discussion point on Steam. Someone was asking, hey, I have a large farm. How is it not producing enough for my food, clothing, and all the other stuff that needs grain at that point? I was just like, did you actually do the math at all? I didn't say that out loud, but that's what I was thinking. Like, this game is like heavily dependent on actually doing all of the math before you build anything at all. So if you don't do the math first, you're gonna get it wrong. It's not gonna work and gonna have the wrong ratio and things are just gonna be awkward and odd. So do the math in this game, which is why we're looking at this. The first one has a storage of 40 tons of steel. You know what that translates to? Like 2 days. 2 days of production, which is nice. Okay, 2 days of production to produce whatever mechanical components, and it can store 17 tons, which is about 3 truckloads. And since I'm going to export this and move this by truck anyways, we will need trucks to handle all of this transport regardless, and those trucks are probably going to be close to the mechanical industries anyways, and that is fine. But 2 days of steel are not as much as you think, because this guy may get slowed down here for whatever reason. Then some people may steal something, and these trucks have to actually bring steel all the way out to this guy first, twice, and that sometimes takes a while. So 2 days is borderline enough. I much rather have 3 days, and we can't get directly to 3 days. So what we're going to do is actually use a small storage in addition to a cargo station. And I think I want this one potentially. Yes. A small storage in addition to a cargo station. I should be able to place this in a way that is actually semi-attractive. So let's see how this pans out. That one can go there. I do want the road. Different road connection. Really, you could move everything up to the left a little bit. To the left, to the left. Honestly, I don't hate that. If I can actually get all the connections here that I want. And as you can see, I cannot. There's the power line. Here's the power already connected. That's really what I'm caring about on that on this side. So I guess we're just gonna go right here. And I'm looking at the factory connections that we can already connect there. We have a relatively straight connection over, but the cargo station has an awkward connection, so that one just has to be redone, because that one is actually important. You need to go right there, but then this one cannot be here. That's fine. You right there. Cool. Get your connection in. Very good. And then just because we already know this needs to have a more streamlined connection for this side of the cruise. Let's do that, and I feel pretty confident that we can get that one in here. So now the trucks that will have to deliver left and right have a very easy time to get to that one location where they actually have to deliver. And a little controversial, no, a little mainstream. Yeah, sure, let's go with that. Why not? If that makes you feel better, that's fine. But this should get us all the connections that we want. And then this one is the important bit. These guys have to be able to connect to there and to there. It looks a little bit like an angry little person, especially if you put a foot here. Then we have like a little, head thing going. But I'm okay with that, because now we can deliver to the steel storage relatively easy from exactly where we're standing there. So this feels good. We do have this road connection now where we have this guy that needs a couple a couple vehicles assigned to them. Again, another one that we're just going to do over the winter and not over the productive summer months. So don't worry about them too much. But let's just get this one connected in here. Maybe the bus will even take the shortcut now. Once that one is actually created. If that is your plan all along, should you do a better angle here? Maybe. Do a slightly better angle. We will do a slightly better angle then. This is relatively straight, so that should be good. But here, if instead of making a 90-degree angle, I give you a little more of a smooth come around there, and it's not really a smooth come around, this will be much smoother. You just want to use this one. It doesn't matter how many nodes you have here at this point, because you're not going to upgrade this to anything else. I think you're not wrong. So now I'm torn in between, well, if you're going to do that anyways, how about you just give yourself a real chance here and make that one actually smooth. Sure, that should work and get me the stuff that I want to do here just fine. And we have now sewage and water already connected to all of this, which is great. Obviously, there's something missing. That something is trash. Trash is always missing. Trash is always the first thing that I forget. So, where can we put trash? I think it will be pretty easy to put a garbage stand right there, and then another garbage stand. Honestly, at the end of this, are you going to connect anything over there? If we do, should it be connected on this side? If you are, should this road already be kind of angled into this piece, or are you just going to do another crossing over here? These and more answers in the next episode of... No, we're not going to do that. But I do want... I would prefer a trash connection out here that can get me all the connections that we want. This one is honestly fine. And then by default, you're probably 109 meters. You may just be in range, but if you're not in range, we're just going to add another connection or a footpath connection here, which we should add anyways, to not bring up any concern or have any concerns about this connection in the first place. There you go. Now everyone can walk everywhere. And cool. Mechanical components. Almost done. How's it going over here? One piece of road is not done, but you have all the materials that you need for that one. So you'll be done in just a jiffy, as they say, which means we can get... I like that the bulldozers actually went out here to do the work that they're good at. That makes me feel a little better. But that's all fine. Over here, I would assume that... Let's see, Construction Office 2 is already on the job, and Construction Office 4, you should have no problem helping along with what they're doing right now. And then the fuel distribution office, you can start bringing a little bit out to that tanker right here in terms of fuel. Make sure that it's like 70% full, because there is a lot of extra slack in there to get our things done. You look like you're so close now that I can probably already get this one in the works. Come on, go home. Very good. Get rid of that one, and that one. All of those will no longer be needed, which this one is the highest priority one for the demolition office. Hopefully you get that one done ASAP, and that would be super. Construction office, are you assigned to anything out here? Yes, you are assigned to all the right things. I am pretty happy with them so far with how they've been handling, you know, most of the construction in this area. So kudos. Kudos to myself then. Not on purpose. Okay. Trash over here, fine. Our population has gone down by just a few, but I think this has more to do with currently we have 21s living without their own housing units in several places, so they're not happy. They just leave, so this is really the maxed out number, like 62,000. We're not going to get much above that, in case you're curious about that right now. Train is waiting too long. That's always scary, but this should be at the border, which is not that scary in the first place then, because I'm guessing this one is a... No, you're a food train. I'm surprised seeing that. I expected that to be a construction office vehicle of some type, but obviously it wasn't, so that's fine. We have fuel sitting here. We have steel sitting there. Oh, you could turn on your all of your steel transportation stuff. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. How are we doing here? Nothing to repair, no workers, no fuel. Do you need fuel here? Do you want to have a couple trucks assigned to this? Not really. Okay. How are you doing? You have caught up now with everything, and you are assigned to this guy, and I think the steel that is there probably came from you as well, so that feels good. Let's talk to the distribution office that we have sitting here, which is now finally done. Get a couple from the NATO side. We need probably 1, 2, 3, 4. Sure. Honestly, no dumper, and then just a couple, 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just do 2 full rows, and that's it. Honestly, yeah, I'm kind of okay with that. Okay, if you're okay with that, I'm okay with that. How many people do we need to have come out here? We need 80, so that is just the big bus that we've been doing for a little while. Is this a depot? That is a depot. Very good, and then let's get the big bus. What is the bus that we've been using right now? Not Ellen, not those. It's the capacity ones. What the? Oh, it's on the first page. No. I think it's the 280 is what we usually use. So let's do 1, 2 of these buses. That should be enough to keep the repair station mostly full. They don't have to always be full, and then we can just send them out there to do the thing that I want them to do. You guys have now arrived, so you make it pretty easy to do delivery. Here, I want you to load whatever you feel like. And then I would like you to come out here and load up everything that these people would like. And I'm going to do it this way. It's not perfect, but I'm going to do it this way anyways, where you just unload there, definitely don't load from here. And then every time you unload here a little bit, they will unload, but the problem is when this one is full, they're not going to deliver more, and we will get ships here that will demand a lot more than what's available at this point. So I want to make sure that I actually do this right, and then set this one up to 80% because I don't want that to be half empty ever. Cool. First thing done. Second thing, you're not doing anything. Okay. New stop. You will be our local steel transport entertainment route, etc., etc. I would like to delete the whole stop if I could. Why are you going? I don't think I told you to go anywhere. Okay, let's do this. I was doing something I did wrong, very clearly, because it just left without me clicking the button as far as I know. But that's fine. Erase from line, very important. Then you can go out, new stop, get your steel from here, load. I'm going to not have you wait until loaded because I think I'm going to keep this one in the area. I will not send it out to the border. And then you have to go down here, make sure you unload. That sounds good. And then I want you to go down here as well, unload. That sounds good. And then if we need steel anywhere else, it's going to be this ship. And because it's going to 2 different... Really? I can't click that button now? Cancel go to depot doesn't work right now. Wonderful. Because you're already in the depot. Yeah, because he's already going to the repair docks, I'm assuming that if he needs some repair, it will happen at that point, and we should be good to go. Can you park now? Cool. Are you leaving now? Yes, you are leaving. Are we getting fuel to all the places that we needed? You should be full of fuel. Yes, you are full of fuel, and you have fuel as well. Cool. Steel, at least moving around, and should be a little cheaper for, you know, construction going forward. Wonderful. So this is all kind of taken care of. I'm assuming that the trash that we will have out here will be taken care of by the technical service offices that we already have in the area. So I'm not going to be too crazy about that. I'm looking at this guy. That's the wrong one. Get rid of this piece of road, get rid of that piece of road, and then they can just pick that up when they feel like it. And here's the thing that I was talking about. I just need a factory connection. And then you can... I mean, at some point we could move the power lines that are sitting here and potentially put something else there, like a smaller warehouse or something. But right now, this is my plan for the mechanical component transportation unit, which also means this guy's probably going to be part of that, because right now you only have 11 wagons, and they're most of the time they're home, because we have at least a couple trains sitting around, not doing that much. So that makes me feel confident that that is a thing that we can totally do. Construction wise, this will happen, and I thought, oh yeah, I needed to do this. Add, remove a node, get that node, and then this is our main road, everyone else is secondary, because construction versus everyone else is simply how that is supposed to move around. This looks nice. Couple things done, which means we are close. We can probably start delivering stuff to you. Yes. This warehouse, it would be so nice if there was a copy button, but there really isn't. So I have to look over here, scroll down, and say plastic 1, mechanical components 1. Why is this not in the same order as these? Electronics 1, or electrical components, whatever. And then obviously fabric, and then we should be good. Yep, I think that's good. Definitely no helicopters out here, so let's make sure that this is maxed out. And then this one also, limit your amount to just steel. And we should be okay to... How is this not full yet? Did it not have power until now? That's why they all just jumped out of their beds and said, oh, we gotta deliver some fuel here, guys. Let's deliver some fuel here, guys. Something like that. I don't know. That's a lot of people here. With the mixed waste. Makes me a little nervous. This one's empty. Good. This one's empty. Good. This one's empty. Good. The general separation is not empty, but our construction waste is full. Okay. Problem. I wanted to build a new city part today. You don't have power. You don't have power. That's our problem. The tower, the engine, the thing over here needs power. Otherwise, it's not going to do anything. So you may as well get this connected. Without taking up too much extra real estate, and we're going to go out as much as we can over here, but I don't want to go too crazy on that. And then I'm not even going to use the max power line, which we don't have available. Nope, those are not actual connections that you can use. So we need to extend this guy, which we will need a new one over here anyways, because these guys, we have 3 more substations available. If you want to use... I'm tricking myself here, right? With the substation that we built last time, the rail connections that we have here, we lost about 12 megawatts of power, and we are currently using this much power already. So whatever I add to this should be the end of the power line, at least in this sector. Otherwise, we are just going to go bananas, that's okay. I'm okay with this being the end of the road for the power connections that we have available, but it just feels a little odd that this one really doesn't go that far, but then on the other hand, it is next to steel production, and they shouldn't go that far. I'm gonna use a tenner because I am not convinced I did all the math right and know exactly how much I have left over here. So let's see how this works out. I don't really want to... I don't like how any of this is, so I may just have to stay with... No, I don't want to stay within those guys. Okay, where's your connection? Are you just going to do an underground wire like you did earlier, or what are you going to do here? Honestly, I am feeling that because this is after... Let's see. You go there. Yep. You go there? Through here? I mean, this is ridiculous because there's clearly no other infrastructure in a way that should block one of these pylons, but the game is telling me whatever it wants to tell me, and that is sometimes okay. Let's get you through there, you through here, and then we get the final connection somewhere in this spot. Let's take both of those out. You would just go over here and then would go in there. It may not look pretty, but it's functional, and now we only have one more power line available there that will also be totally fine for everything else that we need from here on out. So let's just assume that this is totally planned. 1.5 megawatts. Sure, we're not going to use all of them, but we're going to have them just in case that is the thing that we want. And I'm going to hope that because this one is much smaller, I can actually get to this side of the rail connection. This is very dangerous what you're doing, because the next industry that we're building may depend on a rail connection somewhere in this area that you potentially just have built over the top of to get the angles right, which the angles are probably not going to go here. What are you going to do with this? I still don't know. I still don't know what I want to do with that side, but maybe we'll do something. But yeah, most likely the rail connection, whatever rail connections we're going to run, are going to run north of this, so part of this junction potentially, which that will be awesome. If we can reuse this junction for something else, that would make our life really, really easy. So let's hope that that is how it's going to happen. Construction offices, you have all you need, all the instructions, etc., etc. So just get to this guy so we can get back into mixed waste production. And these guys are not going to be enough. So maybe the answer to what I'm going to do with this space is simply more ash conservations. I don't even know, but they have to go somewhere, and we're going to figure it out. Cool. So construction is growing wild over here, which is wonderful. All the construction and everything is connected. That's nice. That one's going through here. This looks like this has always been the same way, so that's super. Could I just have the trucks delivered to here? Yeah, probably, but not yet. Let's not do it right now. I think we're okay. You guys, deliver something. Okay, where are you going to deliver from? We have all of this. You have fabric, good. You have electronics, mechanical components, and electronics. That's all good. The scary part is that we may not have enough, but I'm looking at this guy, and it is not overloaded. And you're a city, and you have all the trucks that we need to actually deliver to this place. So, I'm going to use you. We will see if I will regret that decision. What is this one? You are open storage from here. Okay, you get your steel from there. That is totally appropriate and totally okay. So yeah, just bring all your stuff down there and we should be good to go. Great. Where are you? Are you not getting it from there? You are getting it from here. Good. And this is construction office getting it from there. Have to triple check. You'll never know. This looks nice. Look at them just being like in line waiting to drop their load. Yep. Good. Cool. You're happy, you're happy, you're happy, you're producing. You have a few hundred people at most. There were like 60 in there, so let's just make sure that this is actually kind of working. There is a chance that the current train situation is not good enough. I don't see a next train parking here already, which means we have people here that will start waiting, but will not be picked up. I'm waiting. Wait, you're traveling in vehicle? Who? Oh, a bus picked you up. Okay, okay. But there, that's when the next bus is coming, or train is coming out. That is too long. I think I would like to produce like three more just for getting the frequency right, because at some point we will need that number to actually make this work. So the EJ, where would you like to go? Do we have a couple more EJs sitting in here? No, we do not. Okay. Do we have you, friend? Yeah, you have actually filled up everything. This is ridiculous. And there is no quick way. B-Ball Joe has a dumb idea, and I'm going to do it because I can. You see how all of this is purple? This is one junction. Okay, what are you going to do with it? This. This is the setup right now. Actually, if I click on the line, it makes more sense. Currently, Buddy is going there, then here, and now I'm going to tell it to go there to drop off the last. Because why? Because I can. because this is possible here, and that's the main reason. So unload everyone there, and when you're really done with all of this, I think there is no reason why you can't take the rest all the way to the export line, so we can then say, well, if we're full, and this is all fine. You don't have to wait until loaded anywhere, and you have potentially, well, however many wagons you have, they should just disappear at that point, so I think this is all fine. And more trains is more better. But let's see if this actually works. You should... The update should already have taken effect. So you go in there. Good. Then you come down here because the update is already in there. So you come down there and it's just like, okay, I'm full. And it says, okay, yeah, I'll just flip around. No problem. It would be so cool if they push instead of flip. But I don't think there's a mod for that yet or anything else that I can use. So it is what it is. Life is okay. Are we down to almost nobody without a flat? Perfect. Yeah, they're all left, as you can see. Too bad, too sad. Everything is fine. Happiness here is 74%. Could be better, could be worse. I think I'll just take that for now. I'm very tempted to add a couple... just a couple dorms in this sector, but I don't know. We're already maxed out. We have most professors, most students. And it's just half-half, then that doesn't feel that bad. Half-half should be okay for people waiting in the front and people waiting in the back. This is a little worse. We have a lot of vehicles that haven't been exported. There's a lot of dumpers you have parked here. Yeah. What was here? The KMZ 5410? KMZ 5410. Oh, it must be one of these covered holes that we already ran out of because of replacements. At least we're full of these. That's good. What are you actually producing? Cars, fire truck, that stuff, that stuff. These guys, but at least you're producing. Nobody is blocked is really what I'm looking at right now. That's all I really need. So I think what they're telling me is your export over here is completely hopelessly overloaded with the vehicles that you currently have, which is just unfortunate, but I have a solution for that. I do. Right now, if you tell me... Actually, I can probably purchase any vehicle. Nothing here looks interesting. Building destroyed. I don't like that. Okay. Going all the way up here till... Out of all the buildings... Yes, I care about this one. I care about this one enough. But out of all the buildings that I just built, that one is not the important one, even though these just got done. Takes forever to unload here. Maybe because there's no power. Maybe there's no pump connected here and that's its problem. I don't care. We're going to rebuild that that little connection in no time. So this will all be what it needs to be in no time. Yeah, that's fine. Are you going to build the city extensions that you were kind of mentioning earlier? Yes, I would like to. But before we can... Traffic jam. Oh, okay. That is just the trucks that we just saw. It's not a real traffic jam. It is a traffic jam, but it's something different. Wagon-wise, this one's pretty full on wagons. Okay, can you build, please, the EJs? Where are my EJs? EJ. No. Set EJ, this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get me 4 more, and then go back to EAS waste production, please and thank you. They do take a little while to get through, but this one is a lot slower at producing because it gets the last workers, and it's not really worth it. There has been an update, which I am very much considering, and I haven't looked at it. You look at it the first time with me at the same time. This update is a previous mod that is now finally in the real game, and I don't know why it took so long, but it is here. Parking lot. Parking garage. 32, 10, and 20. Not big enough. That's my first... Well, I guess. Not big enough. No, this is still it's not taking up as much room as... Where are you? These. How much room are you guys taking up? You're taking up parking spots for vehicle 18 and 30. So this one is the 30. The new parking garage. I am disappointed now. The new parking garage is effectively the same. You may be able to put 2 next to each other. So let's say 50% of the previous space. But I'm not sure that this is going to solve the problem. If it was like, take a third of this or take a quarter of this building and make that the parking garage because it goes underground and you can just pretend that the rest is under the buildings that are nearby, I think that would be cool. And I know that there were mods that did that, but this is really big and doesn't make vehicles any more attractive than they have already been. So sorry, I'm not going to use it. Did you purchase a vehicle here that did something, or what did you do? I probably should have. Yeah, you were looking at something and then something burned down and you are here now. Okay, ships are coming in. Make sure that doesn't cause any real issues. Purchase new or used vehicle. Show all cargo ship. Really just want the container express. This one has 2,700 tons. 1,100. Looking at the vehicle capacity. No. What? You can... 1,700 tons. This is actually surprising because this one doesn't do that much more than this guy. 14 knots versus 13 knots. You're also faster and smaller. You may be my new exporter for vehicles. I don't know if you can cover every vehicle because your length is 74 meters versus 136 meters. This one can do more trains. Do this one just to be safe. And then talk to you, assign you to a, no, not copy. Where's the button? There's the button. Bamboo, bricks. There should be a vehicle export somewhere. Vehicle. I don't see it. Ship, vehicle, export. Okay, there are 2 vehicles on there and 4 stations assigned. Must be vehicle of same type. Are you kidding me? Fine. We'll just go talk to you. Yep, that's the one. And then we're going to tell you to, what is your line? What are you assigned to? That's what I want to see. You're called ship, vehicle, export. Yeah, for some reason... Was there an update that's breaking something now? I don't like the sound of that, but it wouldn't be the first time that something was working until an update. Oh, no, that's not the ship that we wanted. That is not the ship that we wanted. We wanted this one. That's what I was doing wrong. Now it makes sense. Now I can talk to you and tell you ship, vehicle, export, please and thank you, and you no longer have to come here, and everything should be perfect. Great. So you will figure it out. I will move all the ships around to their new repair stations in just a jiffy, so don't worry about them. We also still need some workers to come out here, otherwise nothing is going to get done. This one probably doesn't have to be a repair shop for everything around, but it probably wouldn't hurt if you're able to at least repair the vehicles that are standing over here and support the repair ship out on this section. Also, you're only set to this much and you don't have any vehicles around. Steel. Only steel. And no airplanes, no helicopters. Everything else you can try to repair if you really want to. No ships, maybe. Yeah, and then you should be fine. Okay. What do you have to do? You have to rebuild this. Okay, on it. Done. You have to get a lot of vehicles out here. Yeah, that will happen eventually. It feels like, unless power speeds us up a lot, I will have to put a unloading pump here, because this is way too slow. This will occupy my trucks for way too long. Because remember, a ship will probably take a truckload of fuel to just get their stuff done, and that's super exciting, I know. Cool. I like the little backup here, because there's a lot of material that we need to build all of these things, so that they're all actually moving through here. Is honestly a positive thing, not a negative thing. So keep going what you've been doing here. Keep doing what you've been doing. This guy looks fine. Let's set your limits to the right thing, which is going to be just mechanical components. You need a distribution office to actually move those around. Truth. It would be nice if I can fit one in there. I don't think I can, so I probably have to put it on that side, and that's not the end of the world. A small one should be more than sufficient in the sector that we're in here. Can you put it there? Can you put it there? Can you put it in a really tight spot somewhere? This? May as well. There may be other things you want to build there, but there's nothing else you want to build here. And this is just going to be take the mechanical components and put them down in the warehouse, and that's really all you're gonna do. Cool, that's fine. Okay, let's build a couple cities that we want to do here really quick. Unless the people that we had earlier actually went down. I'm surprised that these things are not done yet. We're not that far away from actually constructing anything, but I probably should do something, which is not allow people to move in here, because they will just run away right away, and we haven't turned anything on. We need vehicles, we need fuel, we need coal. We need a lot of things before this thing can actually do anything. So let's just sit tight until this is ready. as long as it's taken. I know if I would have sent some helicopters out here, they would have already taken care of everything, but what I really need is some construction materials. If I don't have that, I need to put some construction materials on this side of the mountain before I start anything over here. And this looks like farmland. It's so flat. There's so much flat space. And a couple mountains. Yeah, that looks like a lot of farmland, which luckily is the next thing that we want to do. Speaking of the next thing, because I did promise you that at the beginning, the question was, what is the next big thing that I need to build? It's very simply electronics. I think we did look at the prices before, but they are not getting better. Let's see where you are. E. Are you not an E? Electronics. There we go. I just hovered over it, and then I didn't pay enough attention to it. But electronics, click on the button. That's where we're currently sitting. When we started in the 90s, well, that was 30 years after we started, it was about 10,000 to buy, 11,000 to buy. Today, a big price has been 11,000. So is it just 10x'd? Yeah, we just 10x'd it. And the prices are still going up because they're also dependent on steel. So, yeah, that's problematic. We have to take care of that. That is the endgame killer, and probably the reason why we haven't made a lot of money here. We are making money. Cool. 36 million in ships. Is that just that one ship that I had? No, 20 million in a ship. Why are we negative 15? Oh, we imported a buttload of stuff because all of the ships were stuck. That's why, like, everything came in at the same time. That makes enough sense. Cool. Yeah, let's build the cities here. Big empty spot right there. I don't think we have a lot of pollution to contend with. You may have some. Okay. Let's see what we need to do with that, because I do not want to build a city and then just get polluted right away, because that would be extremely unuseful. Pollution monitoring station. Yeah, you can just plop in right here. Actually, I don't want to take up any space from anywhere. So you can plop in right here, make it nice and long so they can actually build it with a machine. Then assign it to someone that wants to build it with a machine, and assign it to the helicopter crew for the rest. And apparently this building is still not done, which is ridiculous, but that's fine. Let's get a preliminary distance from the heating plant, and this heating plant will very, very likely, and 900 meters honestly is not fine. 850 meters is also fine, but 900 meters, that should be good. So let's say this is our city. There we go. That's our city line. We cannot get past that line. And this is also, luckily, our access point to right there. Love it. Let's delete some of these roads so we can actually make it a little flatter. I know this is probably a little hard to see from all the way up here, but it's totally fine. F2, yep, we're just building that in through the mountain just a tiny bit, and we should be good. And this one can also be upgraded to gravel road right away. And life should be great because this is a very easy construction, and get started on that. Great. So try not to build any city parts in this area, which means another great spot to put the wood industry. I really want to build the wood industry. I know I haven't done it. It is such an easy industry, but it's not very profitable. So all I would do with the wood is really just keep it in the Republic, and that doesn't feel that worth it to me just yet. But let's build a city. Let's pick a residence. This is going to be very high density. 70% housing quality is not sufficient enough. It's fine. It's just if you make any wrong move, your happiness is in... It's just harder to recover. And I don't feel very strongly about wanting to recover those that much. I'm feeling these. Did we already use these? Yes, we already used them, and I'm okay with that theme, keeping them around this area. So how about we just stay nice close to the water, offset you a little bit. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I don't like that anymore. I want them to actually snake around the waterfront instead of just offsetting them a little bit. So we're gonna do, yeah, we have excavators. I love it. Put that one there, put that one here, and then a couple there and there. That's nice. What is this? This is about 150 people if you want to do math. 160 if you want to go crazy. But 150 is fine. So 300, 600, 450. We may as well put one into the mountains over here. Should we put a beach in the area? Don't feel strongly about the beach right now. Also, you're doing it wrong. You're putting road connections to the side where you need the footpath connections, and that's not going to help. We don't need road connections for these guys at all. All we need is the footpath connections, and you are effectively just blocking them, which is not helpful to anyone. So, third try is a charm, totally. And now we're going to do 300. I'm going to count them out while we build them. 300, 450, 600, 900, and 1050. Call it 1,000. We just put 1,000 in there. Wow, did they add more notifications here, or is it just bigger than what it usually was? Maybe they adjusted it to the scaling that we already have for the UI in the game when people play. I don't know, but that's about 1,000. That is fine, because all I really want to do is double that. So let's put a couple more buildings on this side, which is another 300, 600, well, 750, right? What? I don't know. I have an idea. I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but I have an idea. If I take this and just carbon copy it right behind it, then we have two runs that are very much effectively the same. And it would be cool if the footpath would be crossed the other way, but I think this is fine because now we just have two rows, and the bus station that will go right here should have access to every single one of them. Okay. With the bus stations, you know that you always run into issues, right? This bus station is not as good as this bus station, and the number of workers that you have available should be more than sufficient. If you come in on that side, you're gonna cross. You're never gonna cross. Okay, that's good. I think this is fine. I'm going to use multiple footpaths to get all the connections in here, in case you were wondering. One of them would go right through this. Beautiful. I totally planned that. Did not plan that. That's the first one. The second one should go right through here. And then we're just going to do various in-between connections, which this one is not quite looking where I wanted you to look, but I think we can make this work because we have connections here as well. Yes, yes, yes. And then we get the footpath connections from those guys. That feels good enough. And then you effectively just need to feed into this one. That feels good. And then honestly, instead of having this footpath connect to the corner there, I'd much rather have it connect to the existing footpath that we have up here. Simply because doing it this way should make it easier for our constructions to actually get done with everything. That feels good. Now, all the buildings in the front are already connected technically. That should be nice. We just need to make sure that these guys are connected as well, obviously. Give you a straight shot in there, and then you most likely will just go there. There's no reason to connect you to anything else. And you, yes, you're gonna pop into this one, just for looks. And that's fine. This is really all we need for the main connections. Great. Now we need a little bit of road, so we can actually figure out what we're going to do here. And this is going to be our first one. We're going to kind of pretend to go there, but then in reality, we're going to give you a nice curve. That looks good, and that's the in. And this is the out. Easy enough. Easy peasy. Doesn't have to be complicated at all. They got what they need. We do not have an end station on this sector of the road, which is not cool. And I don't just want to slap one in, hoping that it will all work out. Now, the problem is we usually want the road end station, the bus end station on the right-hand side when they come back, when they're hopefully empty and not when they're full. So, well, we want that usually to not extend the 4-hour travel time more than we absolutely have to. You probably can get away with doing it and not having a problem there, but I'm never sure about that. We have this large bus station that could go right here for any access that we need, because there is a chance that whatever we build here, buses will not block trains, so I don't have to worry about that. Whatever we build here will also then connect to whatever industry we can plop up there as well as up here, although that's probably going to be rail. I don't really see a good way to make that happen without rail. So yeah, that should be fine. Not terribly worried about it. Looks like the fuel guys are gone. And I'm hoping that having the power connection there means we can actually fill this up a little faster. Yes, it fills up a lot faster. So nothing else to do there. Pollution. Pollution is already here. That makes sense because that's mostly steel and... Oh, the incinerator sits here. Yes, you are obviously not producing all that much. What was the problem? The problem was this one. Okay, construction office. Anyone, mostly helicopters, whoever wants to work here, go out and get this thing done because waste is becoming waste has become a problem. What are you doing? And I don't want to shove it straight into there. I'm much rather... Yeah, all we really need is this thing to actually get done. Can you just do it? What do we need? We need one load of anything, and then it's done. It would be great if you can just get on that. That would be super. Construction offices again, number 2. Get all of these things done, and then get that thing done. Yeah, that looks great. Okay. That's a city. That's like 2,000 more people. Just like that, 2,200. And they can all be transported via buses. But we don't have the utilities, and we don't have the support buildings just yet. Let's do those utilities. We need a kindergarten for 2,000. That would be probably this size. I hope I left enough room right here to plop you in, which looks like I have. So we're going to plop you in right there. Footpath connection to whatever you find appropriate. That one is good. That one is good. That was very German. And then get a... Oh, no, that's not the best connection. If we can go through here, we will actually have a relatively even walking distance to out there. The only one that doesn't have the direct walking distance is this one, but you are still connected to it. So, yeah, this kindergarten does get everyone within 200 meters. That's actually perfect. I couldn't have planned that better. So that's good. That's the first support building. We don't need a school. It is very helpful to have a hospital here. And we're going to use our normal small clinic. 2,000 people, as long as they're relatively healthy most of the time, is more than sufficient. And the main thing here is keep them in walking distance of the bus station. That's your central hub for everything. And just add a couple of walking paths to the other places too. But this should keep your population relatively healthy most of the time. So that is done. Fire station, you cannot go without a fire station ever. So let's plop this one also at your central location for the city, because that's important and we need the workers. For that, we could go with a footpath here, but I have a feeling I may just want to put a different thing there. Police station. This one, yes, I'm going to put a little further away from our standard locator. And I'm really... Yeah, I was going to wait until the road is done, but that's just silly. I'm going to put you a little further away because this should help at least catch crime over here. As little or as often as that happens, doesn't matter. When it does happen, it's nice if you catch a little bit because it does help your crime numbers every once in a while. So that should be good. We don't need a university. We have this. The only thing we could add, if we really wanted to, is a... We just did the police station, right? That's the police station? That is the police station. The only thing we could add if we wanted to handle loyalty, which we can, is a secret small police. For 2,000 people, that's probably not unimportant. So we may as well throw this in here and just see what happens. That's not going to be a lot of vehicles driving around, plus the small clinic only has a single vehicle that we'll get assigned to, but this should be fine. We do want to make sure, well, yeah, you have access to this point, which means you have access to all the points around it. Cool. Not going to do trash, simply because I know that I have more than enough room everywhere. I just need to get the footpaths actually started here, and that's going to be a little while until we're in there, and then the shorter footpaths will just get done when they get done. Are you done? You are done, and this thing better be reducing what it has. And then we look at the pollution monitoring station now. It is creeping out here. It is certainly creeping out here, and in the winter it will probably come all the way up to here, which makes me feel very confident that what we have going on with this city is fine. Now I just have to worry about this side, but honestly, the mines that will be on here and the bauxite, processing facilities, I don't think produce all that much. So we should be okay enough. Looking at this, where am I going to put trash here? If I can put a small, large container in here, I feel good, and I think we can do the Chris Brown. Is it Chris Brown? Probably. It feels like it should just fit, but as you can see, it disagrees. That's fine. Where would you want to build it now? Okay, well, do you fit on this side? Not right away, but I think you can just move this back like half a foot and then it will totally just fit. I just want one, especially because we have all of this in one sector, and then we have the hospital sitting right there, which does have a little bit of hazardous waste coming out of it every once in a while, so we just need to make sure that that's not going to cause any issues. All we have to do here is just pull that guy back just a little bit, and then we are good there as well. All these road constructions are close to being done. Nice when things move fast. We have some power. We already had some power on the south side. We just need some water. Okay. This guy. This is it's a big water treatment plant. Good. That's what I wanted to see. We should have more than enough water production in this whole area, even though we're siphoning some off to the industries. And I think we can just use this for peripheral water in general. And I think that will mean to add a big water tower. Well, don't add it here because you need a pump. Are you sure? I think I can add it here. I think you can add it here too, but are you actually going to be able to move all the stuff around that you want to move? Plus, there's some pipes right next to you. Let's find out. Big water pump. Yes. Not this one. Yes, this one. It's not going to fit. Can you fit it like this? I don't know where the footpath is going to go. Well, just put it in there and see what happens. Okay. We'll get you. Yes. Get in there. Okay, that worked. And get you in there. Okay, that worked too. Use the middle one. Okay, that worked too. I mean, you can't argue with results, right? And then you will just be a simple footpath that just gets connected to something so we can actually, you know, fire coverage and all that stuff. But that feels fine. Construction office 2, just get these done and then that's it. We have enough water coming through here. I'm not worried about the water production that we got out of all of this, and this is just going to be the extra tower. We should call it that. This is the peripheral tower in town, and that will just supply to everyone that they need. That needs it. That they need? Doesn't matter. One substation over here is probably going to be enough, but yeah, those things with the small footpath connections we'll just do some other time. Not right now. It will get done. Don't you worry. Okay, it is almost winter. Let's look at one more thing, because I really feel like this town down here should have just been done by now. Which it is. Cool. It is effectively. How's this one still sitting there? I'm like, I don't want to be done yet. They're all not done yet. They all just look like they kind of should be done, but they really aren't done yet. Well, I will spend a little bit of time to update all those shipping routes. And this, yes, this shouldn't be surprising. This is surprising that this is full and these guys are just not producing mixed waste. Ooh. Oh, you dirty dog. Now that we are producing that much, we can't go through it fast enough on this side because you are sitting here on... This is industrial. This is industrial waste. We have to transport that. What are you going to do with that? We have that one container down here, I'm guessing. Yeah, there's the mixed container. This is technical service office container, which we are taking care of. And then we have this guy, which is the mixed waste that we also have to transport from here. Ideally, there. Because look at that. There's burnable waste and other waste. And the other waste is the stuff that we actually want to separate out. That makes me feel like I have this problem in other places too. It can't just be in this one situation, can it? But if it is, this is what we're going to do. You can go to a road depot. I don't care which one it is. Unpause. Then we're going to talk to you. And we'll tell you, hey, your new friend is going to go from here to there. Flip them around. You're going to load from here. You're going to unload there. All you're going to get is mixed waste, and then you're going to do that. And I'm assuming once that happens, these guys are actually going to work again. We're also full of plastic waste. That is what you're complaining about? So we do have a couple open hulls sitting right here. And are you assigned to this guy? Maybe. What is the general separation? Maybe the plastic waste is the actual problem. Open storage, warehouse, open storage, claw, dump with machine. But yes, moving that trash actually let me, turn the thing on again, which is wonderful. But general separation. You are loading from here. You are loading plastic from here, but it appears that you're unable to bring it anywhere because plastic over here is overflowing. We haven't done anything with it. So let's just say that. Okay. That's better, maybe. We do have mixed container full over here, but it doesn't feel like it's actually causing real trouble. So I guess it's... The thing that I just did is not necessary, which is fine. Okay. With that out of the way, and the housing almost completed over there, we are slipping down to below 60,000. There are normal swings in population, so don't worry about that too much. But yeah, this problem with the coal thing is quite annoying because they can all not produce because we don't have plastic. We weren't able to handle the plastic, but this should be fine and should be taken care of in just a couple of minutes. So that's all good. What is your general production over here? Burnable waste, other waste, bio waste, construction waste. There's a little more construction waste than this one, but really not a lot. So I guess we're doing okay with all of those things. And then how are you even acting like you're overflowing here, but you have more? Oh, you don't have the construction waste as causing trouble. Yeah, the mixed waste just has to be picked up and then you're good. Okay. We're good. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Nobody panic. What is our train situation over here? We have built at least one. And I guess I told our friend to just take it straight to export. Which means, are you on here? You are not on here. Where's our train friend? It doesn't matter. I will find him. I will move at least that train out to where I want it to go. And... we actually just loaded it up. That's wonderful. I would like you... Can I talk to you? Probably can't. What I do need is to talk to this guy. No, not that guy. Talk to one of the guys popping out here. Yep. Cool. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye. No, I just have to send this one to one of the depots and then can use the train like a normal person and then everything's fine. Cool. Bye.